Every artist has a unique way of making art. Even if you don't think you have a style yet, you do. In this video, I'm sharing a creative blueprint for finding and refining your art style, the same process I use in my own painting practice after years of exploring color, pattern, and symbolism. Whether you paint landscapes, portraits, or abstract, your art style isn't something you find overnight. It's something that unfolds through curiosity, repetition, and inspiration. Over the years, I've noticed that certain symbols and imagery always find their way into my work. The female form, animals, plants, patterns. Even when I paint something completely new, you can tell it's mine. That's what having a developed style looks like, when your art carries your essence. So here's the thing, you already have an art style. Just like our handwriting, our mark making is unique to us. No one can make marks like you do. So now all you have to learn is how to pull your art in the direction that you want it to go in. And that's what we're going to talk about next. First, we're going to talk about gathering the art you feel most drawn to. So I'm showing just a visual of my Pinterest boards, and it doesn't just have to be on Pinterest. It can be an actual folder, it can be collage materials, it can be books on your favorite artists, your favorite masters and contemporary artists, and even art friends or creators online who inspire you. Visit museums, local galleries, art fairs, or explore museum websites and online collections. You can create a Pinterest board or folder filled with images that spark something inside you. Think of yourself as a curator. You're building a visual library of what calls to you. This can become the foundation of your personal art blueprint. I've used my own personal Pinterest boards for my teaching practice and my personal art practice. And even though a lot of the paintings on my boards contain a lot of the same kind of imagery and symbolism in my own paintings, none of them look like my art. But they do excite me to the point that if I just spend a few minutes scrolling through my inspiration boards, it gets me in the mood to paint, and that's what's so important, and that's why I keep them. So I always find it really inspiring to look at art, and that's why I like to keep the collected art boards on my Pinterest page. And I just always find it fascinating to look at the art of great masters and also contemporary artists. Once you've gathered your inspiration, step back and look for patterns. Do you notice repeated subjects, figures, landscapes, animals, abstraction, certain colors, moods? Is there a common feeling running through all of the paintings you've collected? These repeating elements often point to your inner symbols, your visual language. For me, it's always been the female form, animals, birds, patterns, plants, and vegetation, flowers. It's like my visual signature. The goal is never to copy other artists. It's to learn from what you love. Notice the color palettes, compositions, brushwork, and then reinterpret those ideas through your own hands. And never forget, we're not copying. You're just being inspired from what you're looking at. When it's time to create, start small. Sketch, paint in your art journal, or make some loose studies. Use your inspiration as a jumping off point. You can draw from life, from your collections, from old photos, or from your imagination. Keep it playful. This is where your ideas start to bloom. Let your curiosity lead. Play with color palettes, symbols, and compositions. Some pieces will click, others won't, but every one of them teaches you something about your creative instincts. Over time, those instincts become stronger and your visual voice becomes clearer. I just want to show you some studies I've done. This is probably a year's worth of just my studies that are not in my sketchbooks, okay? So this is the amount of studies that I will, on paper, that aren't in a pad, and you can see every kind of work. So some of them are abstract, some of them are, some of them are more representational, but here are like just drawings and paintings and all kinds of things that are just, these are studies. These aren't finished paintings that I would sell necessarily. I mean, I probably could sell some of them, but most of these are just ideas, okay? Ideas. And some of these were shorts that I did on my channel, maybe. Some of them were, or I turned them into shorts or ideas for other paintings. I mean, they're all, I would consider these all studies and not finished paintings. These are all practice, playing with color, composition, and some of them are very abstract. Some of these are just abstract ideas. I love abstracts, even though most of my finished work is not abstract. I do love it, and it's just a lot. It might look frightening, but it's just, most of what I make is a study. And then, but all that work filters kind of down into finished work. So I've been working towards making some finished work. So this past week, I've worked on some things. So I've been jump-starting ideas with intuitive painting, which I have some videos up on where I'm kind of doing some stream of consciousness writing and then getting into painting that way, from words or things that spark creativity. This one has a little collage on it, and then drawing, and then I made this one, I think within a day or two of the other one, and then I made another one in this book from that one. And this is how it kind of goes, I just kind of flow from one thing to the other thing. And then I did this one after that one, and I kind of like a lot of the elements in these two that I might want to bring into a bigger canvas painting. These are more of the images that I had printed out for the other study. And then I did a very small oil painting after this. This is an oil of the same, I think I just did it from this painting, which I very often do. And that's another way to develop style, is that once you have several things like this done, don't paint from a reference anymore. Like, leave the reference, like, no longer look at this. Start looking at your work. Instead of painting from the reference, start painting from your own work. So paint from this reference or paint from this reference, and don't look at the original photograph or whatever you have. but paint from your own painting. And that's another way to develop your style. And that's just because then once you start painting from your own painting, you're building upon your own visual reference, and that will help you to reinforce your own style. So these all are, you know, things. This is a completely intuitive painting. I mean, I don't think I had a reference for the face. I didn't do anything other than paint on this one. This was a piece of collage. These are collage, and the whole rest of it I just drew. So this one I kind of just got into the flow, and there is a video. Finding your art style isn't about arriving somewhere. It's about deepening your relationship with what you love and how you express it. So keep gathering, keep observing, and keep creating, and always stay curious. The more you make, the more your authentic voice will emerge. If this video inspired you, let me know in the comments what symbols or subjects show up in your art again and again. And if you'd like more videos on creativity, mixed media, and the mindful side of art making, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for being here, and please come again soon.